let's talk about, you just mentioned even with the education, the student debt. Here's a Twitter poll that we did. Which one of these keeps you up at night the most? It was kind of close between personal savings and student loan debt. Mm-hmm. These aren't scientific, but anecdotally, a lot of people are worried about student loan debt. Can you relate to that, Joel?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've accumulated about $12,000 so far in debt, which is something that before I moved on my own, I really didn't care about. It was something I thought, I could have my parents pay off, or I could have something that, I'm just going to forget about. But there's a very harsh reality that I faced when moving on my own. And I'm thankful for it, but I'm also a bit scared at the same time, because I know it's something that's going to be lingering over me for almost as long as I live, I like to think.
It certainly feels that way.
It does.
And what has the effect of that been? Has it changed your career path or your goals or your timetables?
Well, it's definitely, I've had a lot of people tell me, journalism does not pay, and everyone knows that. And that's something that, it's a risk I'm willing to take because it's something I enjoy. But at the same time, I definitely have a much more realistic approach to finances and just anything in general on my own. I'm much more aware than I think I thought I would be when I first moved out.
So can you imagine the idea of retiring?
Slightly. Slightly.
It's not a trick question. I'm not sure that I can, to be honest. Maybe can you relate to this? So Shine Big, you may see in our Stay Tuned Twitter account timeline from time to time, is a multimedia way of conducting surveys. Ashley Johnson, she contributed this week. She talked about having the burden of about 50 grand in student loan debt. She was opening up about that. She got her bachelor's. She told us she thought that would give her more earning power than it did, and then she started to get calls from loan companies. She ended up enrolling in a graduate program just to kind of get that debt to be deferred for a little bit. And then she writes in part, retirement doesn't seem like a feasible thing for me. My grandparents worked until they physically couldn't, and it seems my parents will have to do so as well. I know I should be saving for retirement now, but there's not much to save right now. With student loan debt and regular adult responsibilities, every penny is already accounted for. Is saving on the radar?
Slightly, very slightly. It's something that I definitely have, the past year, been working on more so, but yeah.
I think that's probably a common reaction. Is it?
Yeah, especially for his generation. Like you said, I mean, the Great Recession really just screwed that generation. I mean, they came out of college with tons of debt to nothing, to moving back in with their parents. Then, well, can't get a job, go back to school.